Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm going to be doing 4 quick and really simple fall DIYs. These are just a lot of fun to make. I think most of them are under 15 minutes. This may take a little bit longer, and the one that I have to paint, of course, just drying time is what takes time on with paint always. But anyway, the first one we're going to do is a garland, and I found these at Dollar Tree. These are just called felt shapes. You get 12 in here. So you get 12 of the jack-o'-lanterns, and you get 12 of the bats, and you get 12 of these ghosts. Now, however you space these, the way I'm doing mine, it can be over 15 feet long, depending on where you put it. So if you wanted to hang it out for like Halloween, you know, just for decoration for a party, whatever, I think this would be really, really cute. Now, the way I'm doing these is I'm going to hot glue a little strip on the back of these to put our string through. That way we can make sure that they're all going to hang the right direction, because if you glue it right onto the string, it could end up being flipped upside down, whatever, when you're done. So we're going to make these little strips. All I did was take one of these bats. Now, if you have like extra felt, if you have black, if you have the orange and white, whatever, you wouldn't have to cut one of these up. But it's just a few little strips you take out of them. So I took one of each one and made some little strips, and we're just going to glue these onto the back. So you're just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the top and on the bottom, and then we're going to glue this one onto the bat. And when I push this down here, I kind of like to push it up a little bit. So like there's a little loop there where you're going to put the string through. So you don't want to leave it completely flat. It gives you room to move this little guy around. So there's our bat. We're going to add one to the ghost, same way. I'm just going to put it up here on the top, like there, and then just push that bottom up just a little bit, so you have just that little extra space. And there you go. And there's the ghost. Like I said, these are so easy. You could just sit and do one of these at night while you're watching TV or something, and like a no-brainer kind of DIY, and I love those. Those are my favorite. Just sit and glue these little guys all together like this, and then, you know, you can do all of them at one time or whatever, and then you can just string them. Now, I did use a big, where is it here? Like a big darning needle that has like the really big eye in it, so I could put some of this jute string. This is just the jute string from Dollar Tree. And you can make this string as long as you want, however, long you feel comfortable using it. I already started this little guy here, so I'm going to pull it over. I was just going to make this thing, and I figured this isn't a big deal, but I figured I'd show you guys. But here we have, I'll hang this up and show you better later. It's kind of hard to show you. But all you're going to do is take your little things here. Now let's see, where do I want to start? I want to start with the ghost. I'm trying to make these even. Ghost, bat, pumpkin. So we're just going to stick our needle. I just use a needle. You don't even need a needle because this is really thin jute string. But I do it just because it makes my life easier. It makes it much quicker. And then I put it through that little loop on the back of the pumpkin and the bat. Oops, I want them to go this way. And here we go. So then you get them on there like so. Now this is how you're going to kind of figure out how you're going to make these all hang the right way. Just kind of space them apart, however far apart you want them. I'm going to kind of get an idea of what I did here. Alright, so we want this little guy like over here more, and this one over here a little bit more. So you're just going to kind of hold it up and make sure they're all facing the right direction. And then that's when I turn it over. It's going to have to slide over just a little bit. And then sorry, I just moved you guys with my glue gun. Uh-oh, let's move you back. There we go. Sorry about that. You're just going to space those apart how you wanted them. And like I said, the best way to do it is to pick it up and make sure they're all hanging down the right way. And then I just add a little bit of hot glue to keep them spaced apart. You don't need much at all. I mean, it's just felt. It'll glue on here, and then just let those little drops of glue dry on there, and then you have them all spaced out perfectly, and they will just stay just like so, and all hang down in a nice direction. Like I said, I'll hang this up. You really can't see it all here. Like I said, you can make this as long as short. You want to make a couple smaller ones to hang over like a party table, whatever. You could do that too. And if you wanted to put something in between, maybe some beads or something. But I'm not going to get too elaborate with this because, like I said, I really don't decorate all that much for Halloween. So I know some people like to go all out on all their party decorations for Halloween. But this is just the quick, easy, simple decoration. And then you can just, like I said, hang it on your porch railing, whatever you want for trick-or-treat night. It'd be really cool. So that is our project number 1. Now project number 2 is pretty much just as easy. Let me get this out of the way here. So I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree candles. These are just their little battery operated ones. They're these, it says 120 hours of light time pillar candles. They have these in the section where they have all the other candles at Dollar Tree. And I really like these. These are a lot of fun to do things with, and then they have that nice little glow to them. Or you could do this, absolutely do this on a real candle too. Let me move these guys out of the way. Doesn't have to be, but I like these. They're coated in wax. I've, decoupaged the napkins and things on these. These are just a lot of fun to do different DIYs with. But for this one, we're just going to take some leaves, a couple berries, and a little bit of jute string, and we're going to make this into a really pretty decoration for on your table, or if you wanted to put it like in a centerpiece, whatever. So the only thing I'm going to do here is just put a little bit of hot glue back here to kind of hold this little leaf in place for me here. So I want this one on this side, and you can just do one side if you're going to set these up on a shelf or something. And then I'm just going to take this other one and figure out where I want it to fit. That looks good right about there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue to hold this guy. The only thing with the hot glue and the wax, you kind of got to wait for them both to cool down because the hot glue melts the wax and yada yada yada. So it takes a couple minutes to get that done. But we are going to wrap this with some jute string. I think I'm going to go around it maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 times. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to start right here because I'm going to add some berries to this. So I figured I'll start in the front of one of these leaves here so that's where I can end. And then we're just going to wrap it. Whoops, get back here. I'm going to have to leave that a little bit longer. I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. There we go. So I just want to try to get around the middle of these leaves. That's all. The first one's the tricky one, trying to get your leaf into position. But that's it. We're just going to wrap this like 3 times. Maybe 4. I was thinking 3. I'm thinking 4. I think that's going to look a little bit better. And then we're going to push it all together. Voila, voila, voila. And then I'm just going to cut this end off here. And we're going to hide this where it ends with a berry. So I'm going to need a finger protector for this. Don't want to burn my fingers. So we're just going to add a little glue under that side. Push that down into the glue. And then we're going to bring this over and cut it off. And put that little glue there. And you could add a bow to this. You could add all kinds of things to this if you want to. But we're just going to do this real quick, real simple, and like I said, you can get very creative. I twisted my string. You don't want to do that. We'll try to keep the twist on the side. But anyway, there is that. Maybe I will make a quick little bow here. Take maybe 3 pieces of jute string, like so. However big you want to make it. I'm going to cut these ends off. There we go. Just make a little bow here. There we go. Just a little teeny weeny bow. And maybe we'll just hook that right here on the, whoops, way too much glue. Right on the front here. Or the back, whatever this may be. There's your little bow. I mean, that is just cute, just as is. If you just wanted to have that sitting on your table with your candle lit. And like I said, you can definitely do this with a real candle. I love these little berries from Dollar Tree. These come off of a bunch of the leaves and things, and you can just decorate something up real quick and easy with these. I'm just going to put a bunch of these right underneath this bow just to make it a little more fancy. And look at that. That's it. How easy is that? I mean, it, you know, took like, I don't even think it would take you 5 minutes. Once you got your stuff together, wrap it up, glue it on, and there you go. And then of course you can always put one on the back side too, exactly the same way. But I don't know where I'm going to use mine. I may probably, I'll do this later. I'm going to add another bow on the back and another berry. But I just wanted to show you this real quick, how to make these really pretty candles. And now for this one here, we're just going to do this one. This is actually an off-white color. I love these. These are like my favorite ones at Dollar Tree. Is these, not quite white, just like an off-white, especially for fall. That's why I only had one. They're hard to find. I can find the white ones a lot of times. The off-white ones, I can't find them as much. But just going to take a piece of this burlap ribbon, and this is just, whoops, this is just the burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. You get 8.2 feet of this, and then you're just going to take a piece of that and measure it around your candle. Another quick and simple project. My favorite kind. You guys know I love my easy peasy little projects. Now you can just add some glue to this one. It's going to go right through that burlap. And yeah, definitely want a finger protector because that glue is going to come right through there. So we're just going to push that down. There you go. You have your burlap on here. And now for this one, I think I'm going to add a little bow, maybe a couple of these leaves hanging down. These are just a bunch of the leaves from Dollar Tree. I just like to cut them off. Let's see, let me find another one that's kind of not wrinkled up. All right. I might just take a couple of these leaves, put them down here like so, and maybe just some berries. This one I might not even put a bow on. I was thinking bow, but I think I'm just going to do this with leaves and some berries. I think that'll just be nice and simple and just really pretty. And you could do the same thing on the back too. Exactly the same. That way if it's, you know, like sitting in the middle of your table, the leaves will cover up your seams and things, so it makes it nice and simple. So here we're just going to add a couple of these little leaves. I mean, it's fall already. I thought I was starting, like always, every year, I was starting to get all my fall stuff done nice and early, and here we are. It's here. I'm not ready. But anyway, I'm going to take another bunch of these little berries off of this berry branch here, whatever you want to call it. And let's see. Yeah, I think that'll probably glue on better this way. All right, we're just going to add a little glue back there and then cover up the ends of our leaves. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do to this little candle. And how nice will that look lit up? Especially, I love candles at night, especially when it's chilly outside, especially a day like today where it's rainy and miserable again. But that is our number 2 candle there. All right, now the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to do something with this cutting board. I've had these things for a while now. I'm going to decorate this up for fall. I was thinking Christmas, but I did find some red, these cutting boards in red at Dollar Tree. These are in the, you know, where they have all the cooking stuff. But this one we're going to paint. This is the only one that's going to take some time because I got to wait for the paint dry, and of course it's a miserable, damp day. So for the top, I'm going to paint the brown up here. Where's my brown? I don't want one that dark, I don't think. Where's my other one? I don't know. I'll have to look for it. Oh, that's that medium gray. Oh no, I don't want acrylic. I definitely want to use chalk paint on here. It just sticks better to plastic and it covers so much better. So I might use this burnt umber on the top. Maybe I'll lighten it up a little bit. But anyway, we're going to paint this whole bottom in this pretty orange. I love this. I've been using this for a lot of DIYs this fall. It's the burnt orange. It's the Craft Smart. I got this at Michael's. It's Michael's brand. And it's the premium chalky acrylic paint. So that's what color we're going to paint this bottom part. Ooh, and I'll probably have to give this 2 coats to have a nice coverage on this. But I'm just going to use one of my Dollar Tree brushes here, I think, to paint this. Now you could rough this up with some sandpaper, but this does have a texture to it. So I'm thinking this will be fine if you don't want to do that, but I am just going to give this 2 coats and down the sides. You can do the back too if you want to. I'm not, because I'm going to hang this up against the wall. But if you wanted to make these, you know, like sell at a craft fair or something, by all means, you'd want to paint the back. But that's what color that's going to be. That's really pretty. And I think 2 coats is just going to be absolutely perfect on here. So that's what we're going to do. And I might just go across here with it. It doesn't matter because we're going to put decorations up on this part here. So you really don't have to get crazy on trying to get that perfect. But I just want to get this thing all painted up orange, 2 coats, and then I'm going to put the brown, and I got a glue web that's haunting me here. I could actually hold this like this. We're just going to put the brown up at the top. And I think I'm going to go around it with my favorite thing to use, and that's the distressing ink, just around the edges of this, you know, to give it a little dimension. I think that'll look really cool. All right, so that's going to have to dry now. I do want to get my edges, though. I did not finish my edges. You don't want to see that when it's hanging up. Be sure you got your edges covered good. All right, so that's that. And then after I get that done, or after that dries rather, is what I'm trying to say here, I am going to do that in the burnt umber color in that nice brown. So let me let that dry, and then we will come back and start decorating this thing. All right, so now this is nice and dry here. The top brown, like I said, you don't have to worry about being so neat there. So now I'm just going to take some of this Tim Holtz Distressing Ink. This is the Vintage Photo. You can get this at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever, and where they have like all the stamping stuff. But I love this stuff too, like, you know, do just a little distressing on things. So I just taking a regular brush, a little bit of a stiffer brush if you have one. And I'm just going to go around the edges with this a little bit. This stuff is just... I just love this stuff. I may put a little bit inside here once I get everything done too. I'm not sure. We're going to see how this all is going to look. Maybe just a little up here. And I'll figure that out after I get my decorations on here. But it just adds a little something to kind of frame it out a little bit, instead of being just plain orange. All right, so that is that. So let's see, I'm just going to leave this here because I don't know if I'm going to do more of this or not. And you can kind of fade it out a little bit if you want to. I always use my finger. You could use a paper towel. All right, so I'm going to take some leaves here. I'm going to add those to the top. I just cut out 4 different leaves here from, you know, the leaf bunches that you get from Dollar Tree, whatever leaves you want to use. Let's see, try to get these so they look centered here. So that's going to go up like that. I think I'm going to cut these stems off because I am going to put a half a pumpkin in here, and I'll show you how I did that in a second. But I really don't want these stems to stick out, so let's cut those off. All right, so now I'm just going to take some hot glue, try to get this centered nice here, and just glue them on here. Maybe up a little bit higher, maybe like right about there. So they kind of stick up over the edge. We'll use some oak leaves, some maple leaves here, whatever you want. I just thought it would be nice to kind of put like one of each kind on each side. And these are going to hang down. And then this one's going to hang down on the other side. Right about like so. All right, now I wanted to put a pumpkin here, so you can get these pumpkins. They come 3 in a pack at Dollar Tree. I just pull them off. They come on these little clips. I just pull them right off there. They pop off Real easy. And then I actually used this new knife that I picked up. This is a pool noodle knife that they sell now at Dollar Tree. And this actually cut through this really, really well. Now, I don't know how many times this thing's going to cut because this thing kind of wore down a little bit already, but it did work really good. So I just take the pumpkin and just cut it with this knife, and it slides through, and it makes a really, oops, I'm moving everything on my table, but it makes a really nice cut, so it's not all like really jagged. You have a few that fall off here and there, but it's kind of really nice and smooth. So yeah, I really like this little knife. I'm hoping it'll last for a little while. So anyway, I cut that in half, and then, you know, I took the stem and glued it in there so I would have a stem on it, and that is going to go right in the center of these leaves here. So let me just put some hot glue on there, and then we are just going to glue this baby right on the center of that. Isn't that cute? All right, so while that's cooling off, I want to add some berries. These berries, I just pull these all off these different leaf branches that they come on, and I'm just going to add some little berries here and there on this thing. I think it would look cute. You know, whatever you want to add on here, you can add on here. My pumpkin looks crooked before that cools off too much more. There we go. I figured I'd just put a few berries here and there. Just cut them right off the stem. Put a few over here. And maybe some up on the top. I have all these different color ones. I have to get more berries. I use so many of these berries to decorate with fall time, and I hope I can find some more when I go back to the Dollar Tree. But I want to, whoops, get on there, get off my finger. There we go. Put that one up there, and maybe, let's see. I need something up here to cover up that little thing. Oh, here's another little bunch I can use. All right. That should fit it right up there. Good. Let's see. So I want to cover up that little spot there of that leaf. And I think that'll be good right there. Oh my goodness, I have glue webs hanging all off my fingers. All right. There we go. Just add a few berries. Now, I'm going to put 2 more pumpkins down here on the bottom, but that one I'm going to use the white ones. I did the same thing, just cut them in half with that little knife, or whatever knife you have. Usually I use an old, I'm trying to get webs off me. Usually I use an old steak knife that I have that's, you know, broken steak knife. But these are going to go down here. But I'm not going to put these on here until I figure out where I want to put my words, because I want to write "Hey Pumpkin" on this one. I thought that would be cute. I know a lot of people do "Hello Pumpkin" or whatever pumpkin, but I thought "Hey Pumpkin" would just be fun. And I am just going to do that with a Sharpie. You could absolutely do it with your Cricut machine, whatever you want to print it out and do it. It really doesn't matter. But I am just going to, and I think I'm going to do it on an angle. I'm not sure. I can't make up my mind. All right. Maybe we'll go across. Let's do it across. I can't paint a straight line, is why I'm using a Sharpie, but if you can paint a straight line, that would be great. And we're just going to make these simple little letters here. I like to put like little balls on the end of my letters. I think they're fun. I saw this years ago on some crafting things, and I just think it looks so cool with the little balls on the end of your letters. All right. So I think that looks cute right there. We got our hey. And let's see, how do I want to do this? Well, let's put our P in the center here, since that's the middle letter, and then I can kind of work around that, make sure I get it. Well, not quite the center, but we're going to go with it here because I already did it. However you want to write it. My handwriting is not the best. but I figured this will look cute. Am I going straight? All right, so now we need our M here. Yeah, I put that way over too close. I have to make a little U here. Yeah, I was not in the center whatsoever. Well, you know what? Since that's off so far, we're just going to put an exclamation point over here and look like we did it like that on purpose. Now it's even. See, you can fix anything. All right. But I think this will be cute. All right, that's fine. Like I say, you guys want perfection, use your Cricut machine or, you know, trace it out and not guesstimate like I just did. All right, so now all I have to do for these is to add these little white pumpkins I'm going to put at the bottom. I need some more glue here. And I just thought this would be just a fun little sign to hang up out in my kitchen. Hold this up. And there you go. There is your little "Hey Pumpkin" sign to hang up. I like it. I really do. Like I said, my writing is not the best. Maybe you can write it a little bit better, but still in all, I love it. I do think I'm going to add just a little bit more of this distressing ink here and there just to give this thing a little bit more dimension. You could add some more white up here if you wanted to. I'm not going to add a string to this. You could add a jute string to this to hang it if you wanted to, but I have some of the command hooks this will fit right on, so I'm not going to add any kind of a string to mine. But if you want to put it like on a nail or something that you have, by all means just add a little piece of jute string up there and there you go. Yeah, a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. I don't know if you can even tell what I just did. The lighting, of course, every day that I've wanted to do a DIY, it has been rainy and miserable and the lighting is not the best. But hopefully you can kind of see what I did there. But anyway, that is it. That is our 4 little projects that I had for today. And I'm going to hang these all up. Well, these and some of the garland I'll hang up. And take a picture of all this so you can get a good look at it at the end. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.